Cool. Well, hello, and thank you so much to the Andersonville Chamber for having me today. I'm so glad to be here. This is a topic, when David said it, he didn't know that I am a TikTok nut. And I was like, yes, I want to talk about this with this awesome chamber. Let's go. So with that, I do love Andersonville. I remember being, I don't know, like a teenager volunteering at Andersonville days, not knowing anything about any neighborhood in Chicago, but hearing Andersonville, like, no, I'm sorry, Midsummer, what's it called? Midsummer Festival, right? Midsummer Festival. I remember going Midsummer Fest. Yeah. So when I was like, I was so excited to go, and I volunteered at like the HRC booth, and it was just really cool. And I just heard so much awesome stuff about the neighborhood. So I'm glad to be able to give back here. It's super fun. I will say that an Andersonville business has gone viral on TikTok. It's already happened. It's happened before. Let's see if I can show you. Does anyone want to see one of the Andersonville businesses gone viral on TikTok? Let's see. Let's see. Ooh, where is it? This one. See if I can share screen and show you this. Whoop. No. Okay, apparently my TikTok doesn't like me today. It's all good. I will show you this video later, but I will say that we have the Chicago Magic Lounge in the house. There was a video that had 2 million plus views on TikTok about the Chicago Magic Lounge, revealing a few secrets, but you'll have to see for yourself what those are. But that was an Andersonville business that has blown up on TikTok, whether it's through their account or some other folks. I just wanted to share that with you all. I thought that was awesome. 2.4 million. There we go. 2.4 million views. So we heard a little bit about everyone's. Oh, I can share the link. Yeah, it should be this link. This is the link. It should be this one. Oops. I don't know why it didn't open for me in the way that I wanted it to. So let's see if I click it one more time. I don't know why it didn't let me do it. I love technology. So anyway, so I want to hear a little bit more from everybody throughout this event. So yeah, like David said, we're going to chime into the chat. So I know that so many of you are here for a lot of different reasons. Some of you are seeing the kids go totally crazy on TikTok, as we heard. Some of you are feeling some FOMO, some fear of missing out, that you don't really know how to use it. Maybe you feel pressured to attempt to be on all the social media profiles, but don't really know what your business is getting out of each of these accounts. How do you choose when there's so many shiny objects in social media? And maybe a lot of you get your business from word of mouth and referrals, and you want to amplify all of that. So today we're going to dive into a lot of these different pieces. We're going to first dive into the tactical, how to actually use this platform. The second thing we're going to dive into is how social media actually connects to the word of mouth that I know so many of your businesses have. And also like how the content you put out works for you, how it shares insights with people, how it answers questions that your audience might want answered, how it builds trust, how it builds relationships with your audience. And by the end of it, we'll see how much time we have, but my hope is that you'll get to ask more questions throughout and also in some more Q&A as well. In my world, I teach on a variety of different platforms. But my hope is whether you're on TikTok or not, you'll leave with a mindset that can serve you on a wide range of platforms, as I know many of you are on. So if you do have specific questions to what I'm sharing in the moment, please add them to the chat. And also, we have a wealth of different lived experiences in here. So many people who do marketing. So if you have an insight that you want to share or a comment, please do. There's so much wealth of knowledge in this room, and I want you all to be able to learn from that. So who the heck am I in all of this? I actually joined TikTok 4 years ago. I don't know if anybody knew it was around 4 years ago. It was actually called Musical.ly at the time. They got swooped up by TikTok and merged into the TikTok platform. Actually, a hot tip is the earlier you get on a new social media account, the more followers you get, because if you decide to use that account later, you'll already have a following developed when you do it, which is how I got like 150 followers on my TikTok before I got excited and addicted to it. But anyway, old TikTok was basically a platform where you made what seemed like fake sign language to like dancing and like lip syncing. And like that was the majority of the types of content that it had. Now that's all kind of gone like way beyond that. It's the things that we see on TikTok now is one of these three things usually. It's taking a song and telling a funny story through that song. It's education, teaching people about something they don't know about, and sharing personal stories and experiences. So let's check this out on here. I want to show you who might actually be on TikTok. So let's see. Actually, before I even get to who's on TikTok and who might be related to what you're trying to do, how confident do you feel in your business marketing? Are you, how do we call it, a caterpillar? Are you in a chrysalis? And I'm going to share this screen with you as well. Are you a chrysalis? Are you a butterfly? Are you feeling very confident, like you know your marketing really well? How do you feel about your own business marketing? So put it in the chat. I would love to know. I would love to see where you all are in your journeys. Actually, let's see. Is anybody in there? Oh, I love it. Make sure my slides are separate here. Share. Where are you in your journeys here? No, let's see. I'm looking in the chat. Awesome. Well, I know we had a lot of different ranges of experiences in here. So let me share with you a little bit about who's on TikTok. So to give you some examples of businesses that may be a little bit more traditional that are using TikTok, who are not people who are 15 years old. Oh, I see some people in the chat. Love it. There's some examples here. So these are all businesses that you could now follow on social media. You can have access to these slides later. There's a guy who repairs phones. We have this optometrist who's teaching you about Invisalign for your eyes, or like what kind of glasses you should get. We have this guy who's Ask Jeff, who is teaching people how to get jobs. Super cool, super educational, giving away answers to questions that the people he tries to serve most want to know. And you can kind of see like easy answers for behavioral interview questions. He's building up, look at all these people have built up an audience of people to watch all their stuff. Here's some more folks that might be like you who are on there. Self-defense programming. Fingers over fists, they have got together 7.4 million likes on all of their videos, helping people stay safe. I know I've always been told about like putting the keys in your fingers and walking around at night. Like they've got so many insights on how to actually do better with that. This guy, Cash Jordan, I'm obsessed with him. Who knew that I love New York real estate? All he does is talk about like the New York real estate market, when to buy, rents being super cheap right now, like how to negotiate with your landlord. Absolutely insane information. And if you're in New York, you're going to call this guy, or you're going to want him to list your apartment. And this other guy right here is a plastic surgeon. Some people will fly around the world to get the greatest plastic surgeon. And here he is putting up explanations of the different kinds of procedures you can get. Absolutely insane information. And some other examples here. This guy in the middle is a jeweler. As a child of a jeweler of a small business in Chicago, seeing a guy explain jewelry was super cool and validating. He's got explanations on how to figure out diamonds are real, like what kinds of stones you can get, alternatives to diamonds, everything you ever wanted to know. He's now your go-to expert. We also have this lawyer on the side here. She's a divorce lawyer, and she's telling all sorts of crazy examples about the law, like what's the greatest example? Like, yes, you can get sued for divorcing your partner or for cheating on your partner in certain states. Like, to me, like, mind-blowing. I don't know if I'm going to ever need that law, but I kind of want a divorce lawyer who's going to understand that that law even exists. And then one of my favorite people that I'm so obsessed with, this lady, Elisa, from Color My Credit. She has taught me so much about how to build a credit score. I know that's something that's really hard for so many people. She's got hack after hack after hack. And now she has an online program helping people with that. She's a mortgage lady. And here she is sharing resources. So there's a lot of room for people in a lot of different ages to do stuff on here. And I want you to know it does not have to be so scary. So... So does anyone get some relate here? Oh, I see some people who are different levels of experience in here. Very cool. So there's lots of different stuff out there. So I want to walk through. Does anyone want to see what this app actually looks like? Let's play with it. So I'm going to share my TikTok. You're going to probably learn a few things about me by seeing the insides of my TikTok. Let's see. I don't know if anyone's ever played with this feature, but you'll see in a second. You're on my cell phone right now. So I can walk you through some of the tools you might have here on your TikTok. So let's open up my phone. We're gonna go TikTok. Here's the home page. Oh, we're gonna go to the home.
One of the most.
Actually, let's pretend like I'm brand new. Let's show you what it looks like when I log in. So you log into TikTok. The first thing you get is a nice ad. Check this out. They're putting money into new creators, people who are they want to invest. The first thing you're going to see, you're going to get an ad. You can pause, you can play, and then you start swiping. So you'll see You can see you can discover content from people all over the world. So what I end up doing is I videos. So
how to make your dating profile look like
you can swipe through videos. The more I watch something, the more they know about me. They figured out that I've liked so many random things that, like, they know I like bubble tea. They think I like Etsy businesses, which are also blowing up on here. They know I like Jewish stuff. There's a lot of different things that they're like, shyly Middle Eastern stuff. I'm Moroccan Iranian. They know I eat that stuff up. They can figure out exactly the kinds of content you like, which I think is so cool. The more you get like addicted to it, the more they know who you are. So that's something to keep in mind. And this is the For You page. So this is where they curate all the content that is the juiciest for you. So I can essentially just swipe through all so these videos.
White lie that you.
Oh, don't listen. Who wants to watch that, right? There's so many cool videos on here that they curate. So now say if I'm a viewer of TikTok, I have a few options here. I can go to this button right here. This
should never
red
say
circle with the plus, and I can follow her if I want to. I can heart it and say that I like this video. I can write a comment, which is actually really cool. I had a comment get like, I don't know, like 500 views 500 likes last week. A lot of people got to find me that way. And you can share. So when you share on here, the thing that's really cool about TikTok is that you can actually share it to like absolutely any platform you want. You can download it. You can share it to WhatsApp. You can put it on Instagram, and none of the other platforms do that. So you have all of these crazy features. I know, actually, this is funny. So one of my friends loves TikTok, but he's actually never really been on the app before because he sees all of his favorite TikToks on Twitter, which is so wild. And on top of that, like if you're like my dad who's obsessed with WhatsApp, you can share videos on WhatsApp and just forward them to friends without necessarily having to even open up the app, which is super duper cool. The other thing you want to keep in mind is that just like this person wrote, don't tell like this white lie at work or in business, you have just a few seconds with whatever content you make to catch people's attention. So if I don't think this is interesting, I'm just going to swipe away.
Okay, so this
City Market. Oh, we have somebody who has a, market in here. Well, I don't know what
is the fanciest grocery store that I have ever been in.
Okay, so now we know it's a fancy grocery store. I'm already intrigued. Like, I'm going to probably sit and watch like 20 more seconds of this video if I wasn't on this call with you all. So that's part of the secret of making content on here. And this is honestly can go with any platform out there, is if you don't capture people's attention with the first few words, with your email header, with the beginning of your tweet, they might not actually watch the rest of the video. Same goes for like recording a full-length video. If they don't know what they're going to get, they might not continue to read. So you really want to pull people in with something interesting. So those are some things to keep in mind. The views on these videos are not totally obvious. So I don't know if this is going to be easy to find. Oh, here. So this is, so she has, the first video on here has 330K. You can only really see it from their profile page. So that's something that's really cool. You can follow them. There's an Instagram button. You can also add a YouTube button so that you can link to your other accounts, which is kind of cool. You can see suggested accounts, lots of different features here. Sometimes people allow you to see what videos they've liked in the past. I've learned to hide that because I've watched a lot of weird videos, but you have a few options here to check out. So the other cool thing about TikTok and the way that a lot of TikTok works is that it works with sounds. So if you look at the bottom, you'll see this little disc, and I know we have some music experts in the house. You click the disc, and now you can see every other video that uses that sound. And let's say they liked one of my videos and thought the sound was cool. They can actually take a sound from my video and make their own video with it too. So you'll see a lot of TikTok trends reusing the same songs in new and creative ways. So this one isn't that famous, but there's
My name's Rebecca, and today.
So there's some videos.
I'm going to show you guys how to.
This is the absolute.
Now, I don't know. I'm already like getting distracted into TikTok. So much to look at. So using all of those features, like you kind of see what the homepage is like. So I can borrow this guy's song if I want to, add to cart. I don't know. So all these people use this guy's sound, whoever this person is. We haven't even got into like how to actually make a TikTok. But the other thing you'll see is hashtags. Hashtags are a little bit tricky for TikTok. It's not as obvious as it might be for Instagram. I know there's some Instagram hacks I've taught my clients on how to use hashtags on Instagram. TikTok, it's not so obvious. You only get 100 characters in order to really get your stuff in front of people. So the other thing you can do is check Discover and see what other trends are happening with hashtags. And you could, just like before, add videos to things that people are already excited about. So you got nature, you've got summer workouts, whatever it is. And that might get you in front of new people that don't necessarily know you. So there's a lot of different things about the technical side of TikTok that are fun to check out. So the next thing is, who wants to see how we can actually go through a TikTok? And some of you might know this, some of you might not know this, but I want to review it. If you want to make a TikTok, you can go, welcome to my emails, go to this plus sign, and then you can record. So right now, this is me at home right now. You can see me at home recording a video, and I could say, hey, I'm at the Andersonville Chamber of Commerce TikTok event. Hi. Now, right now, I only let the limit be to 15 seconds. You can kind of choose your limits. Hey, I'm at the Andersonville Chamber of Commerce TikTok event. Hi. I'm going to mute myself. Hey, I'm at the Andersonville Chamber of Commerce TikTok event. Hi. So I can add stickers. Hey, I'm at the Andersonville Chamber of Commerce TikTok event. Hi. Hey, I'm at the Andersonville Chamber of Commerce TikTok. Effects. You can add, like, I don't know, there's different effects. You can cut the clip. You can add different transitions. You can go Commerce TikTok event. It's kind of got some of the features that you might see on a Snapchat, but it's much more, you can discover new people on here a lot easier than you could originally on Snapchat. Hey, I'm at the Andersonville Chamber of Commerce. So I can make my face look. Hey, I'm at the Andersonville Chamber of Commerce. And then you can go next, and then you can play with it. There's green screen effects. There's tons of different things that you can do here. It automatically puts the hashtag in there. I can tag my friends. There's a magician. I can tag, I can say, like, I can put hashtag, here's some, my BFF. I don't know, these are all challenges that you could do. So I'm not being strategic right now with picking hashtags, but you can put a bunch of these in here to get people to like it. You can allow comments. You can allow people to duet, which means that they basically make a new video of your video, making a commentary on it. You can save to your device, or you can save it as a draft, and you can automatically share it with, you know, your Instagram, your Snapchat, and beyond. So right now I'm going to save it to a draft. Nothing too crazy. You can even see my profile. Oh, somebody just follow me? Thanks. You can see lots of crazy videos that I've been experimenting with. If you don't believe me, this is my first video lip syncing like a weirdo in 2016. Don't look for me. It's embarrassing, but it's fine. So anyway, there's you can put a little bio on there, tell people what you do, what you're awesome at, so that people know and are enticed to follow you. So you can see the total amount of likes people have, number of followers, and beyond. Any questions, thoughts on the technical aspects so far on TikTok? Because I feel the urge to swipe like crazy. The other thing is you can also upload other videos as well to here, but just to kind of keep in mind here. So when you are making a video, like you said at the bottom, there's a 60-second, you can use a template of someone else's, do something a little crazy. I always try to do the 60-second. You can always make it shorter. And you can also put different filters on here. There's beauty mode. There was a whole joke on TikTok about beauty mode, so you can kind of see the difference here. You can see a little more acne. I think it goes some of the, see, it airbrushes my face. You can speed up your videos. You can flip the camera. There's a million things you can do. You can pick sounds. And so the sounds are really cool because people will reuse the same sounds and they'll have different trends that you can capture. And then people can find you that way. So I have some questions already in the chat. Can you share videos to Facebook and Instagram accounts only or to personal accounts? Age requirement of videos. I know YouTube has a strict age requirement. I'm not sure if TikTok does. I don't remember there being so, but I could be wrong. You can, as long as you can download the video, whatever platform allows you to upload them, you can. So like if I want to do this Planet Fitness thing where Planet Fitness is giving away free personal training, which is insane to me, I can go and I can say save video right here at the bottom, and it will save it to my phone. It'll essentially operate like any other video that you have. So wherever you can upload video already, you can upload this TikTok. Now the sizing isn't always going to be just right, but you can play with it. If you have editing software, you can play with it that way, or it'll just look a little funny on other accounts. That's so you can see kind of all the different places you can put it. So the next part of this is I want to talk about like how doing TikTok might play into your business. What does this look like? And I know that so many of you get your business from word of mouth, from relationships, and all that kind of stuff. You have a massive advantage already with your business marketing. So I want to dive into that a little bit. Oh, Patrick wrote, you can upload animated videos. You can upload anything that can fit the size restrictions, which there's some people who don't. They make the format look like another account. It doesn't sit nicely on the page. Usually they want them to look vertical, but you can upload other content that you've made elsewhere. And a lot of people who have big followings on other platforms are hiring agencies to re-edit their videos to fit TikTok so that they can get more attention with a new audience. So yeah, the next bit of all this, as we're looking at my face, is, before that, I have one more technical thing to show you. That is something that people miss all the time, is something that you want to keep in mind when making TikTok videos. So let me share my Google Slides here. Oh, I have a few more people to show you too. Let's see, what not to do. So this is this lady who has a following of some sort, Sassy Tassie. I don't know who she is. With TikTok, let's say I found one of her videos and I wanted to see, part one, like I want to see what she's got going on. A lot of times you only get one little thumbnail to show people what's in your video to really entice them. Because if I'm scrolling through a page, I need to know like what videos I want to watch. If you looked at some of the other people in here, actually I haven't gone through that slide yet, but like here's someone who's a social media manager. What hashtag should I use on TikTok? I'm intrigued. I really want to click into that video. Some of you are going to Google this after we leave today and you're going to find out what she has to say about TikTok. But this lady doesn't really do that. She wrote exposed. I'm like, exposed to what? Like, what are you talking about? We have a blocker. I don't know what that's talking about. Is that so much of your thumbnail is how you get new people to scroll through the other content that you have. So I don't know anything about her or what these videos are. I found out, my ex was cheating. That's the only one that really gives you clear indication of what she has. So when you do make a video, you will get a chance to choose your thumbnail and you will be able to actually add a description like all these people did that tells the viewer what kind of videos there are. The other thing that we see a lot of too is part ones and part twos. So sometimes you'll get something on the feed that says this is part one. So go check my videos for part two, and it's impossible to find where the part two is because it's not clear which one of these part twos is the one that I was interested in. And so then she loses me as a viewer because I can't actually find what video she was talking about. So making your description super clear is huge. So yeah, there's some other cool people to follow on here. I know we have some performers in the house. This drag queen is like my life. First off, she has beautiful style. The second thing is she is like a mathematician extraordinaire. I love math. In another life, I would have been a math teacher. So doing math and drag together is like absolutely insane. And she's got 717,000 followers. Insane. And here's another local guy, Jonathan. I know Cindy and I know Jonathan. He's a magician, but he's also a performer and beyond. He's actually on a lot of different accounts, and he's actually doing pretty well for himself. And he's posting videos very consistently, and he's getting people to engage with his stuff, and I think that's awesome. So those are some things to keep in mind. All of these accounts are people that, if you want to learn anything about marketing, social media, TikTok and beyond, these are great accounts to follow. I will send you some, I'll tell you how you can get the link to this, where you can follow all of these awesome people. This guy's really good at digital marketing. These three post so many different tips. She does a lot of LinkedIn tips too. I see a chat in here. Live videos are only allowed for people who have like bigger followings on there. I don't know if they're going to open that up larger. Tips on getting verified. I wouldn't worry about getting verified. I think it's a nice shiny object in social media. It's nice to have, but I wouldn't break your head with that if you think that's going to magically solve all your marketing problems. But I'm not as concerned with that. Every platform has their own process. I know TikTok has been very competitive, so I'm less worried about it. Twitter has been a lot more open. So let me stop this share right here. So those are some things to keep in mind. I love the questions. Some other things to think about is that we are business owners in here. We are getting word of mouth business and beyond, and we need to find a way to connect this to what our goals are in our businesses. So the idea here is that you all have engaged with people. You've all had congregants, or you've had customers or bar patrons or theater guests all come in for whatever it is that you do. The idea is not that your social media is going to magically bring you people that don't know you. That's awesome, but isn't necessarily like the best starting point. You want to put the people that are likely to tell their friends, oh my gosh, Amy does amazing PR, you should go talk to her. You want those people to be reminded of your business. So if they're not on the platform where you're putting out content, you're missing out on the best kind of referral ever. So that's what I really want to focus on with you all, is that you want to put content out where your people are going to be. So if you've got a bunch of kids that you want to engage for your event, are your kids following you on the account that you want them to see you on? And are you asking them to actually follow that account? That ask and telling folks, hey, you know, I'm doing this thing, can you join? First up, makes people care about you so much more, and basically has them sign up for your own marketing. It's the simplest thing you can do. I know not everyone needs this, but a chiropractor that I love, she has a thing that it's like a countdown where every time you like or follow them on social media, like this little thing moves. And it encourages people essentially to like and follow her, which for them is not a big deal because they like her and her business. But for them, it means that every single day when she posts something, they will remember that she is that awesome chiropractor that they love and trust, and that she is their resource. And if they ever thought of someone a year down the line that needs a chiropractor, they're going to still keep her in mind. And so I often use this example. Let's say you met me at a networking event last year. It's too soon for you to know if you should hire me to be your to do like a social media audit for you, or to work with me one-on-one. You haven't heard my pitch. You don't know my website. You don't know any of my references. Some of you might not know my references here, but I'll add you to LinkedIn, where next year you will have seen my content pop up every single month. You will have seen resources I've put out, tips on how to do your LinkedIn, tips on social media and beyond. And maybe a year later, you might need me for something. At that point, you'll have built trust with me. Maybe I've messaged you to thank you for engaging with my content. You'll know a little bit about my favorite LinkedIn profiles, maybe. You'll have gotten to know me and gotten some trust, and maybe then you're going to maybe be open to moving forward with me, is that they're now signing up to like stay in touch with me long beyond that initial meeting. You know, everybody, like you could have forgotten about me like everybody else that you met at a networking event. But at least at this point now, he's got like at least know that I'm an expert. That's what you really want with people. A lot of times, like the alternative to this is like, who's done like hours of phone calls for their business to try to sell something or to network with someone, and then it led to nothing. I know I've done a lot of those, and it's a lot of time wasted, a lot of coffee meetings I probably didn't need to go to and beyond. Well, social media is your way to stay in touch with these people when they're not at your synagogue, they're not at your store, they're not at your bar. That's the magic of all of this, is that they're remembering you when they're nowhere near your venue, and when you're not even calling them on the phone at all. They are staying in touch with you through these platforms. So if you haven't asked them to follow you on whatever platforms you're thriving on, you're missing out on an audience that could be your best referrers. Because I know me, I can't check in with everybody that I need referral business from every day, but my social media can. And that's really the magic here. So so I know you know the benefit of these one-on-one relationships. The simplest thing you can do is whenever someone likes and comments on any platform, not just TikTok, you want to thank them. You want to say, hey, I appreciate you. Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're well. It's the easiest way to stay in touch without those phone calls. So that's kind of the magic of really social media here. But I know we're at a TikTok workshop. So where does TikTok play into all of this? Do you, and I'm asking you, do you need to learn another social media platform? You already have so much on your plate. How will this actually help you? I know some of you are wondering. This may not be the platform for you. There's so many shiny objects in social media. TikTok could be one of them. If you try to be everywhere all the time, you're probably going to get overwhelmed, and that's not fun. So it really is about breaking down what platforms do you and your team really like to be on, in combination with where is your audience. Chicago Magic Lounge probably does really well with ads and stuff. Their audience might be on Facebook for people who are looking to have a great night, fun night, any night of the week. Your audience, you know, maybe if you're at a synagogue, your audience isn't probably gonna, maybe they're online on a Friday night. I have no idea. But you want to go where your people are, and also where you feel excited to make content. Now, there's ups and downs to every platform. I know for me, working with B2B consultants a lot, LinkedIn is my jam. My people are there. So I've spent time there, and I've produced content that maybe isn't my favorite. I love live streaming, but I have to write on LinkedIn because I know writing for me has worked for me in getting me business directly from LinkedIn. So it's finding out where you're excited to be, where your people are, and what you can actually manage and maintain. You can do 500 posts on Instagram a week, but that might be a lot, and you might stop after 2 weeks, and that's a killer. You want to be consistent on whatever you choose to do. So my goal for each and every one of you is not to like push you to get TikTok famous. Producing the kind of stuff that I just showed you in examples is a lot of work. It takes a lot of time, editing, creativity, and beyond. So if anything, my goal is for you to have context on what this platform can do. And so that when people are talking to you about it, you have something to say. I hope that if anything, when you leave this workshop, that you'll have a better mindset on how you can think about your own marketing. And if anything, I hope that you leave here with an open mind to play with the platforms that are out there so that you can engage the people who love what you do the most. So with that, I want to leave you with a few content ideas that can leave you with some insights here. Is that what are some questions that you constantly get for your business? What are the things that people are asking you for all the time? Are you answering those questions on your website, on your Facebook page? Are you answering them, if you're on TikTok, on your TikTok? That's what people are there for. They want to vet you and they want to know that they can trust you and that you have the experience they need for whatever they're trying to solve. So that's really the way you should think about all of your marketing. So that's a big thing for every single one of you here. What are the questions you get asked? What can you answer for people before they ever get on the phone with you, before they ever walk into your shop, both digitally and in person one day? So that's really what you want your social media to answer. I'm going to take some questions here. I hope I've gotten you your wheels turning on how to start thinking about these platforms. If you have insights that you want to share about TikTok or any other platform, feel free to chime in. I see a question in here. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's see. When you set up an account, do you suggest we use a business name or the marketer's name? Okay, so that's an interesting question. So there is a value in having a real person behind the account. So it's not just a brand. It's a lot harder for people to connect with a logo than it is a person. So I do suggest like there's some sort of person there. What was it? Was it the Washington Post? Like the Washington Post is a publication, right? And there's like one particular guy at the Washington Post that like is obsessed with TikTok. And so many of the TikToks are him. So you could be the brand, but like there might be a person that is the persona of the brand. So that's something you can keep in mind. Does that answer your question, Donna? And if there's other thoughts, please chime in the chat or on here. How effective do you think TikTok is for the demographic between 35 and 45? Ooh, interesting. So this is a funny story. When I was on TikTok 4 years ago, we had like the old school gang, which was everybody that was essentially older than 15 that was on the platform. And it was like a bunch of us that are like in our 20s and 30s and 40s that were playing with Musical.ly before the whole rage happened. So there was only like a handful of us on there and we all kind of knew each other and it was like really weird. But right now there's a lot of different people on there for a lot of different reasons. I think that the videos themselves are getting pushed out to a lot of different platforms where the demographics are bigger. So someone I'm close with, again, sees all his TikToks from Twitter. And if you're on Twitter and you're in that demographic, that might pop up for you. So it's something to play with. Definitely something interesting. TikTok is doing a lot of business ads. They're doing like some sort of like 1-for-1 deal where if you put $1 in ad revenue, they'll match it. So they're really wanting small businesses to get involved. I put some links in the slide too of what that can look like. Can you target a market by geofencing with TikTok? I am not the ads expert on TikTok, but I know they have some sort of robust ads management tool and they're putting out a lot of trainings on it. What's the main driver for new people to discover your content? Is it hashtags or the audio tag you showed us? Ooh, that's a great question. It's a little tricky because a lot of TikTokers are complaining about these algorithms. They're saying, oh, like, how are you going to get in front of people? What are you going to do? There is a benefit of like when people look through a certain sound that they'll see you. There is some sort of boosts that happen like really randomly depending on what video you put out there. But no matter what of those things work, for you to respond to every comment, to connect with people that follow you, to appreciate new connections, that will help you build relationships with people, potentially increase your interest in future content. But yeah, hashtags are a helper. Those are kind of some good things. And putting out content more consistently. A lot of people, I'm sure lots of people here are guilty of, oh, I posted like crazy for like the last 3 months and then, oh, I took a break. Consistency is going to help you so much. If people are excited about you and then you go away, they forget that you're around. There's like a handful of TikTokers that I know, like any given day, they're going to have something and that I'm indulged in it. And sometimes I wonder, I'm like, what happened to that person? I'm like, oh, I haven't seen them in months. And it's because they stopped posting. So if you can maintain a few days a week, great. If you can maintain every day, that's a lot, but great. But if you post every few weeks, it might be okay too, but consistency is important. So that also helps too. They want to know that you're active and that you're participating. How do people find you on TikTok? Way to categorize your videos. I don't know about categorizing your video. I'm not totally sure, but you can ask people to follow you. Again, the personal ask to tell someone to follow you on a platform and that you're experimenting, people tend to really care about you a little bit more because you did the ask. And they're going to think you're super cool and fringy for like trying TikTok or whatever platform you're on.
Use this sound.
Oops. My TikTok's already going. How do you find people on TikTok? Okay, so would you suggest just posting every day like tips and tricks for business owners for our respective product or services? Is it like Instagram in that way, just post every day and people will see it over time? I would say you don't have to do it every day. There is some benefit to doing it every day. There's some TikTokers who say that's going to be huge. If you have the capacity, great. It's a lot of work. But like you said too, like tips and tricks from your business, it's going to be huge. Like how to, like there is, for example, like Amy's in PR, like there's one lady that keeps telling people get on Harrow, here's how you do it to get like a reporter to interview you for whatever it is. Like there's lots of secrets that I might only know from someone having talked to them, but they help me get to know someone and build trust. So if you are, and I know Patrick, you do marketing, Patrick does a lot of different kinds of marketing. If anybody wants to talk to Patrick, like answering those questions that people want before they even get to it is huge. And now just because your people might not be on TikTok doesn't mean they're not going to benefit from it. My friend Josh Gibbs, who's also a marketing agency guy, he took one of his TikToks and he posted it on his LinkedIn and it did okay. One of the other people that blew up on TikTok, she's like a career coach. She consistently post her TikToks on LinkedIn and they seem to be doing okay for her too. So it doesn't have to necessarily live on that platform. Let's see. What's the average length of a TikTok video or best practices for length? So you have up to 60 seconds. You do have the option to do a part 2, but they're like separate videos. Some people, I've seen this done, and I don't know if this is the best practice, where videos are like maybe 10 seconds long and they'll just loop them so that the video repeats itself within one big clip because supposedly longer videos do okay. But I've seen the gamut of all of it. The idea is that you want to keep people's attention throughout and you want to entice them to keep listening. So that's going to be something big. And that's how I keep scrolling, because there's some stuff where I'm like, oh, it's cool for like 20 seconds and then I'll leave. And then TikTok learns all my weird, crazy interests. Yeah, so there's some things that are happening. Let's see, who else? Can you tag other TikTok accounts? Yes, you can. There is a tag other accounts feature. So you can tag other people in there too. Jason Derulo, musician, like, it's so fun. Like he'll do collabs with people. I know like companies like Dunkin' Donuts is like, by the way, killing it on TikTok. It's very random and I'm like okay with it because I love Dunkin', but they've done a lot of collaborations with people on TikTok, which I think is super, super duper fun. So there are lots of stuff you can do on there. Let's see. Yeah. So let's see. What else we can do? Instagram doesn't allow businesses to use the music feature for licensing issues. Oh, this is actually a big one. So licensing issues with music. I've seen, again, I've learned everything these days from TikTok. Someone I'm close with said that TikTok should give me a degree for like everything I've learned on TikTok over the last 4 months. And he was making fun of me, but I'm a little addicted. It's fine. But one of the things I keep seeing on TikTok is that the music rules are very interesting. So some of the old videos I have on my account from 4 years ago, the music is gone because probably some sort of licensing issue. We don't know how bad they're going to be, but some TikTokers have been warning other TikTokers to be careful about using sounds because in the future, their accounts might get banned because they use a certain sound. So it's a very delicate topic right now. The people are trying to be as careful as possible, but so far, if it's on there, use it, but like, it's at your own risk. I know Instagram, this is so crazy. So Instagram is coming out with Reels in the next few weeks, which is supposed to compete with TikTok. And Instagram has been stealing features left and right with the stories feature that it kind of stole and adapted from Snapchat. Now it's trying to compete with TikTok. Like, we'll see what happens, but it's a delicate line with music. So it's kind of at your own risk right now till they get that cleared up. Let's see. Are there Chicago companies, organizations, and institutions you think are doing particularly well on TikTok, aside from the Magic Lounge? I don't know if Magic Lounge is on there. This was some other couple that posted this video on there. I know a lot of attention on social media hasn't gone credited to the Magic Lounge as much as it should, which is its own sad thing. Who's Chicago on here? What have I seen? There's a lot of people who are doing like curated lists, like 5 best pizza places in Chicago. People who are curating content from the city I've seen, but who's in Chicago? Lori Lightfoot made an account. There's 2 TikToks on there. I'm not sure that's so thrilling. Who's from Chicago? I will say that TikTok does boost stuff from my city and my interests to my page. Any automated software available to increase growth? I'm always wary about automated software. I always appreciate genuine connections with people. I know Instagram deleted so many bots and people were like, I'm losing my following on there. Like, this is horrible. Robots are not genuine. They're not personal. You want to thank people individually. So I'm less worried about the digital. Oh, here's a great example. So Cindy wrote Wonder Chicago. Oh, the Wonder Museum has an account. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen it, so that's good to know. So those are some examples. Now I know I want to make sure we're good on time today. I want to wrap up with a couple things in here that before we head out too. But if you do have insights or ideas to share, one click away to add that in here. Let's see, I want to share a few other things with you before we go. Let's see. Let's see. Present. Cool. No. I love internet right here. Where is my slideshow? Anyway, and cue the TikTok music. Aha, here we go. Okay, so we put a few other resources in here. Again, we have a few examples of do's and don'ts. Tons of people that you can follow as an example who are people who are not 29 years old like me. They're people from lots of different backgrounds and ages. It's a great tool to make content. There's lots you can do on here. Happy to share more. Yeah, these are some great accounts. If you want to learn anything about these platforms, we don't have 10 hours to go through everything here. These users have given so much insights on both general marketing and TikTok specifically. I put some additional items on here. Hashtag overview. Hashtags, I don't think there's anything too specific with this. Instagram, there's some tricks and stuff. Hashtags on TikTok have not been totally one. You shouldn't try to go viral. This video, actually, I almost want to make everyone watch it because it's nice. Posting times, one person suggests some posting times by doing it like in the evening or at 11 a.m. I would say play with it. Some links for TikTok for business. And, oh, this is cool. So TikTok is trying to be a relationship manager for influencers so that you as a company can now hire someone who's got a following to then promote your stuff. This is something that lots of agencies have popped up with, but they're going to own those relationships and make it easy for brands to connect with TikTok to then connect with the producers of content. So that's something that's really cool. It makes influencer marketing a lot more accessible for everybody here. If you had some other ideas in here, we can add those in here. Oh, if you want some more social media accountability, you want to better understand this platform and really a lot of different platforms and how to better your marketing, I'm one click away. I am online. I do social media audits. I do one-on-one coaching sessions to really help you get organized on where you should be spending your time so that it doesn't have to feel overwhelming. One of my specialties is LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn. I coach 170 women on how to use LinkedIn to grow their consulting businesses. It is lots of fun, but I have lots of different ways of understanding how to use this for your business or organization. But with that, does anybody want a link to all of these awesome content producers so that you can go follow them on TikTok, maybe explore the platform to see if this is something you want for your organization? So I put something really easy in here so that you can get a copy of these slides pretty much instantly. If you go to shai.ly and you type in, I want you to actually be held accountable to your goals. So if you type in any goals that you might have had after this session, whether it be get on TikTok or update my profiles on my social media pages or whatever it might be, write them in to the form at shai.ly and you'll get 3 email reminders of that goal that you set to see if you actually pull it off. I want you to feel accountable to your own goals. That's going to be big. Let's see, I'm in the chat here. Let's see, what do we have in the chat? Let's see, I'm happy to stay after. I want to make sure we have a few minutes left. So shai.ly, if you want to link to the slides, it's only available for the next few hours. And you'll see like get LinkedIn ideas or whatnot on the top of that page. The last thing also I want to leave you with here is a little bit of a story about a social media win that I think is really the epitome of what I want people to do with their businesses and organizations. So this is actually a picture of someone that might look familiar, might look like me because this is my dad and they say we look alike. This is him. He's a jeweler. He buys large estate jewelry. He's well known in the business. He's been around for more than 40 years. And he is actually a social media influencer on this platform right here. I've talked about it a little bit. It's WhatsApp. And he's in his 60s. So my dad is a very big connector in the jewelry world. For the last 40 years, he's cultivated relationship after relationship after relationship with jewelers all over the world. And over the last 6 years, jewelers have been buying and selling just based on a picture. So you can buy a $50,000 bracelet just looking at a picture on a WhatsApp chat room and buy it and not have to worry that someone's going to steal your $50,000 or your $50,000 bracelet. Insane, right? So am I telling you to be a jeweler? No. But he created a chat room where 200 of his best business connections can now buy and sell from each other and do this exact thing I just talked about. And what happens is people all over the world now have opportunities to grow their businesses through buying and selling from each other. And my dad does something really extra is that he has to vet every single person that gets into that room so that if someone ever tries to screw anybody else over, you know, there's some protection involved. And now, can anybody go out there and make a WhatsApp group for the jewelry world? There's a lot of people that do it, but not many of them can thrive to the point where one young jeweler guy came up to my dad at a wedding and kissed his hand and said, like, thank you, because his entire career was made because of this chat room. So there's something special here is that 40 years ago, my dad didn't think social media wasn't a thing. He didn't know what was going to happen. He didn't know what platforms would exist, but what did work is that, and that every one of you I'm sure knows about your business, is that having trust and relationships with people are key to absolutely everything. And that's what's really opened up doors for him and everybody in his network and why he protects so many people and why so many people trust him. So that's the big secret with social media, is that you have to put love and care into everyone that's there, because trust is ultimately the secret to all of this stuff. And to give you some kind of wins and updates, last year he actually invited jewelers to come from all over the country to buy and sell jewelry from each other. It was one of the best events that he'd ever been to. People loved it. He made t-shirts for it. And unfortunately, this event couldn't happen again this year. So what my dad did was he made masks and sent them to the 200 people all over the world who are in his chat room. So I now wear one of his masks. It's very cute. But that's the big key with everything I do in here. So before I leave you on my favorite social media quote, and I'm happy to stay a few extra minutes too. I want to make sure we end as close to on time as possible. In the chat, put one word to describe how you're feeling after this session. Are you nervous? Are you excited? Are you optimistic? Are you curious? Put one word in the chat. I would love to hear it. I see Amy wrote engaged. Ooh, I love it. Put a ring on it. No, I'm just kidding. Engaged is a great word. Informed, motivated, I see from Charlie. Nicole said informed. Awesome. What other words do we have from folks in the house? I love that. I love the chat. So as you're putting in more words, I'm going to leave you on my favorite social media quote. Let's see, my favorite social media quote. This is it. Social media, I didn't write it, but I feel like I wrote it. Social media is about the people, not about your business. Provide for the people, and the people will provide for you. Thank you for having me. Happy to stick around.
Wonderful. Thank you, Charlie.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for your time and energy today. Please, if you have any questions, contact Charlie. I will be following up this webinar with Charlie's contact information.
Sure.
And
I'm on.
hire her.
Oh, sure. I'm here for you. Yep, absolutely. And if you want to connect, I'm on linkedin.com/in/Hakimian45. Actually, I'm on Hakimian45 at everything. So, yeah, but again, if you want access to the slides, you can get them pretty quick. If you go to shai.ly, I'll put it in the chat. There'll be a button you click. Put in 3 things that you want to work on with your social media. You'll get accountability emails from me and a reminder to check out the slides from this. And maybe I can add in the video too. So,
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And follow me on TikTok if you want. I'll see how you're doing. Yes, pleasure, pleasure. Happy to answer any questions too if anybody wants to stick around.
I have one quick question.
Sure.
So with Instagram and Facebook, Facebook less so, but Instagram, it's pretty obvious how you, how the algorithm works and what they're showing you. So if I have like #magic, then anyone who's interested in magic and it pops up on their thing. Is it the same with TikTok? But because the thing is, like with the hashtags, obviously, is it just a matter of just not going overboard? Or is it some other way that they're able to tell you, oh, these are things that you'd be interested in?
So TikTok knows a lot about me by the fact, the more that you're on TikTok, the more they frequently know too much of what you're going to like.
Sure.
So that's part of it for sure, which is, I'm sure a lot of these other platforms have elements like that. It's not as obvious to me, but like, for example, like there's something called Jewish TikTok, like all the Jewish videos, like they keep coming to me, and there's like secular Jewish, there's religious Jewish, there's like queer Jews, like all these different subcategories, right? So they're testing me on all of this stuff.
But are they categorized by hashtags, or like how does TikTok know that what the content is? I guess that's my question.
This is something that I still am not totally sure about. The closest thing I found was one of the articles I have in here. It didn't seem so profound in terms of what it was saying, but it's like you can jive in onto like other people's to topics that people are interested in, but it isn't totally super clear. Where is this thing? It's in my slideshow. I want to show it to you if I can.
Yeah, because that's the thing I can't figure out. I haven't posted anything, obviously, but I look at it and I'm like, well, how in the hell will anyone know what it is?
The hashtags will help. Yeah, that's a great question. Facebook has some tricky stuff. I'm not totally sure, but I will see it. Where is my slideshow? My TikTok slideshow disappeared. Let's see. Yeah, there's an article I found about hashtag strategy on TikTok. Let's see if I can just Google hashtag strategy on TikTok. This is the one that I found earlier today. It's still not that profound. Like with Instagram, like there's some really good hashtag hacks of like finding hashtags that are just popular but not too popular. Right. And there's some tools that I use that can actually filter through the hashtags for me, which I love, but it can get you a lot of new eyeballs. There is a lot of organic reach on TikTok already, so that is very helpful. Yeah. But I put a link in the chat for something I did find, but it's not the most profound. Okay, some of the platforms are not, like LinkedIn is not the clearest in terms of hashtag use, but gosh darn it, I've been trying to figure it out. Yeah, cool. It's not as obvious. But yeah, I hope you play with it. There's a lot you can show from the lounge, whether that be like cool things that the staff can do, the cocktails, the stories, the history. Like you have so much there. It's a matter of who's excited to do it. Right. And that's a different battle.
It's going to be me.
It's going to be you.
I'm that excited.
It might be good. It might also mean collaborations with other accounts. Like that can be kind of nice.
Yeah, because the magicians get real twitchy about videotaping themselves. They're like, no.
And there's some magicians on there, but
Oh yeah, but our magicians, they just don't want to be those magicians.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one, but I will say, like, one of these people that I featured as like really great social media folks, like one of them followed me and I was like, why is she following me? And then she commented on my stuff and I was like, oh, I care about her now. And I'm like, that's what I always do with social media. Nobody does it. But when she did it, I was like, it works because now I feel like she cares about me. So when I watch her videos, I'm like, that's the nice lady that commented on my stuff that followed me. It's like it is a little bit of a painstaking battle, but like so much of business is those relationships. And whether it be your relationship with a PR company or your relationship with a follower, it is a little bit of one by one, and it helps. The one by one helps you get more people excited, and that's what I love.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm honored you came. This is so good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
So
You
this
can
is
see
great.
I'm in the theater.
Yeah. So people are in there, huh?
It's just the four of us. So it's me, Ben, Leslie, and Joey.
Oh, so you all are physically coming in.
Oh yeah, we
Oh,
can't be in
geez.
our houses anymore.
That's funny. Yeah, that's good. I know we still have a few more folks in the house. If anybody wants to chat, I'm here. I don't know if David, you have to hop off the Zoom or not, but I'm here.
All right,
I
I'll
actually
see you
just had
later.
like one question.
I'll talk to you soon.
Bye,
Yeah.
Cindy. So
up?
a lot of the stuff that we do for our social media is help lift our members' accounts, and like for Instagram story, if they post something, that we can pick it up and add it to
Love
our
it.
stories.
Love it.
Is there an option for that on TikTok? If like Cindy posted something and then we have so many followers, can we lift her TikTok up?
You could. So you should be able to re-upload something to another account and then tag them. That's one way of doing it. The other way is like doing it as a duet, but like that lays out a little bit different. So it could be your face being like, you know, being funny and goofy and like writing, hey, you should check out this Anderson, like almost like a story where you put how can I describe a duet? It's like you put basically the original video and your video side by side, and you can put like a little snippet to say, hey, check out this event on 7/24/2021, and then put an arrow to the other video. So they can kind of watch the other video while you're watching the other video, which is kind of cool. And they're seeing you, David. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, what trends the most? Is it silly dancing or is it just being awkward?
You know, this is the big thing, is that trending is a nice thing to have happen. And it's so cool. But in this video, I really wanted to make people watch it, is that trending isn't the best goal to have. Because like, if you do get really big, most people don't actually have a repertoire of content that people want to watch after. So like, they might only watch that one video and never look at you again. Like, it's notorious for being very random. But like, there's this dumb trend that I think is hilarious. So like, look, I just opened a can of beans and I get 2 million views, and it's like something so mundane and it's blowing up, and it's like, I've seen like 5 of these videos now and I'm like, this is so dumb. Like, look, I just power washed a wall or something, and I'm like 1 million, look, 1 million views, and it's like literally the same sound over and over again with like the dumbest things being like 1 million views. But like, I would say the more you do stuff, the more you have that potential, but it isn't always like the thing you want to do. There's countless stories of like people who went viral who like, that was fun. Like for like Rebecca Black for 5 minutes, she had the Friday song and like, then she was gone. Like it's what you do with the opportunity that matters the most. So if your content is exciting and they decide to even just look at your other videos, they'll follow you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Oh, I see some other folks are in the house. Or I see Gino, we have Chicago Tap Theater, Shar, and some Andersonville Chamber folks. But yeah, that's something you can think about. So
awesome.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah. And I do have to respond to your email. I don't think I responded yet, but I'm going to do a deep dive on emails sometime soon. So
yeah, whatever you want. We would be doing the same thing for all of the chambers in Chicago.
Very cool. So so are you running? I don't know. I should even ask you about it now. I just wanted to thank you for your time and expertise. Have a lovely day. You too, Chicago Tap Theater.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Mark. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a contract with the city. All of the chambers do for education and training. So some people will train us on marketing. Some people will train others on farmers markets. Ours is how to do events and engagements for events. So this being a